Well,
So
we touched on CTE, that we've changed the way we do chair shots. Now they're to the back, not to the head. And when we think about CTE, we often think of that concussion movie from Will Smith years ago. And over the weekend, Chris Rock did the first ever live Netflix special, and everybody waited to hear what he had to say about Will Smith and the slap at the Oscars last year. Did you see or hear about Chris Rock clapping back finally and addressing the Will Smith situation?
I did not. Sorry, please let me enlighten me. I saw it, but I haven't watched it.
Well, he did it in Jada Pinkett's hometown, talked about and just told the truth that Jada Pinkett had had relations with her son's friend and talked to Will about it on the internet and put it all out there. And then everyone called Will a bitch, and he just hammered it home and finally clapped back. You and I never really talked about that. What'd you think of that whole Will Smith slapping Chris Rock business a year ago?
Well, first of all, I didn't know it was real
Yeah,
because I think you and I did talk about it. If you're that mad at a guy, you don't slap him, you punch him.
right,
That's what throws me off. See, okay? Well, see, you can hit somebody as hard as you want unless you're Blackjack Mulligan. He slapped me so hard it almost broke my neck. Okay, but neither one of those guys are Blackjack Mulligan. So if you're mad at somebody, really mad, are you gonna slap him like a bitch, or are you gonna fucking punch him?
right,
I mean, tell me. You got one lick coming.
right.
It's coming back. You're gonna slap him so the guy can just nail you with a fist for coming back. So I thought it was a work, but apparently it wasn't. So
Well,
I admire them both as talents. I mean, I love Will Smith in the movies he's made, and Chris I think Chris Rock. I've been out with him one time. I met him in L.A. one time. He is it's just so I don't know what the answer to that is, but you know, people get away with it a lot because there's nothing you can do anymore about it. Will Smith can't punch him next time he sees him. He'll go to jail.
right.
Unless he follows him in the bathroom and puts the head in the toilet bowl or something like that. But seen that happen a few times.
Really?
Where a guy where a guy gives you some shit and you have to eat it because you're in front of 500 people and I've done that myself 3 or 4 times.
You put dudes' heads in toilets,
I absolutely have twice. Yep,
and, were these people we
absolutely.
would know?
No, because people would give you a bunch of shit. I'm going back to it's been 15 years. Where they knew you couldn't do anything, right, or whatever it was. Oh yeah, at the Palm Restaurant in Charlotte, and with I can't even tell you who. I probably don't want to get sued. And again at Del Frisco's in Charlotte, same guy.
Does this happen to be a car dealer?
No,
Okay.
insurance salesman. Megan knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've heard the story, I just make
I walked across the basketball court at the Hornets right during the goddamn game when it went to a break. It's the guy that screwed me and Beth out of all that money. Oh
mm.
yeah, and he called the cops on me, and it said, "Guys, I didn't do."
Isn't there a
Um,
story about a hood of a car at a valet stand or something like that?
no, that was another guy. That was over Tiffany. No, the best is when this guy we owned this building together on Megan knows the story, and he had a sign that said VIP parking,
Yeah.
and so I got my son David's pickup truck. I went over at 2 in the morning, put a rope around it, and dragged the thing all the way down Piper Glen, right? And drove it up and took it out of the back of the truck and threw it in his front yard. He woke up with got this much cement on it, weighed about 200 pounds. I just dragged it down the road, threw it in his front yard.
My god.
Yeah,
You
that
were a
was the
wild man.
that's because the guy turned his wife into social services to help leverage the divorce.
Oh my.
That guy's a real piece of shit. I'll see him. He's on that list. He's on that list. I've told
The
you what
Ric
it is, right?
the
The
Ric
day
Flair
the
still
day
is.
the day that I find out I'm terminal,
I'm going to check some
I
boxes.
can I can name the Magnificent Seven. The day I find out I'm terminal, man, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I I just got to get together and, as Dusty would say, genius a way to get them all in the same room.
My goodness.